they're not. There's still one. There's still some more coming up. CuddleSage. For those of you that have, we just wrapped up our inaugural CuddleSage certification. CuddleSage is our first independent program, which means that the institute is just an accrediting agency holding and protecting CuddleSage, while other people actually are the creators. I'm one of the co-creators, but I work with a group of other women to create the program. And we will be offering more programs like this where they are overseen and protected by the Institute, aka accredited, and offered as a training for the community. So this is a 4-week certification program to teach you how to be a professional cuddler. Yes, that is actually a thing. Professional cuddling is a growing profession. Intentional touch is medicine, and so often we don't get to experience non-sexual or non-genital focused intimate touch. So this creates a space for healing, and that's very difficult to access. It's very different than traditional modalities, and it really just goes back to our roots. Again, things that we've been moved away from. So you can join that. That's a 4-week program, also taught online with a 1-day retreat at the end. Our first 1-day retreat is in September in Atlanta. And we will have those 1-day retreats all over the country. So it doesn't matter where you're at in the world. If you want to take the 4-week course, you take the 4-week course, it's online. And then we gather together for the 4-week course on our own. I mean, for the 1-day retreat on our own. So that's what that looks like. Okay. What more do we have to offer? Erotic embodiment. So this is how we heal from somatophobia. And somatophobia is simply the irrational fear or aversion to the body and expressions of the body. And a lot of us don't realize that we are moving in this life through somatophobia. When a lot of times when I'm working with people, I'm guiding them into meditation. I'm guiding them into a somatic descent where they drop into their body. A training that I've learned from Reggie Ray and Tantric Buddhism, that coming into that gets scary and we run away. You also see it when I have people on the table, or if you go get a massage, oftentimes when we fall asleep, especially in an erotic massage, right? Or in a sensual massage, you leave the body. It's like you check out and it's too much for you to experience all the sensations. And so sleep comes on. That is a byproduct. Comes on. That is a byproduct of somatophobia. So we work to heal that through erotic embodiment coaching. Um, it helps us welcome in pleasure, helps us learn how to be in our pleasure, and to align our ecstatic body, our movement body, our flow body to our logical brain, and to not let them be at odds with each other so that we can experience pleasure more. The erotic embodiment practitioner moves through 3 different courses. It's a 6-day total certification. So it's weekend, weekend, weekend. The first level 1 is in August as well. So it's a weekend certification. Training. You move through level 1, 2, and 3. You practice. You come back after level 1. You do level 2. You go out and practice some more. You come back after level 2, and then this is non-touch. This accesses all the 5 senses. Touch is one of them, or the feeling actually is one of them. The sensation of feeling outwardly, and and that's what we do. We teach. We sit with the lover to teach them that they how to accept that they're worthy of pleasure, how to identify what they find pleasure, and how to experience it, as opposed to what we usually do. Right. Talk a little bit about certifications. Okay. So when you come to the retreat, the idea is that that's how you are culminating your certification program. That's how you are, what's the word we use in college when you matriculate. That's how you matriculate, right? Um, you you learn regardless. You may not feel comfortable practiced in the touch. So that's fine, but you learn regardless. And you may feel like you're going to come to the retreat next year, which is also an option, right? Like I finish my class and now I'm going to come to the retreat a year later. You can totally do that too. Um, certifications are, it's hard for me, right? Because they're really, what is a certification? What does that fucking mean? Right? People want to see that you're certified. I'm not gonna lie. People want to see that. The client wants to see that. Why? Because the client knows that if you certify or believes, the client believes that if you are certified, that you have gone through what they probably assume to be a rigorous training program that readies you for the work that they need done. And I say believes because this can't happen in a day. This can't happen in one weekend. This can't happen really in a month. I've been doing this work for 20 years, right? So it's hard to sum that up in a week. It's hard to that's why the classes are so long. We cover a lot of information and we move through a lot of self-healing. There are a lot of visits to the therapist for many people in this program. But the certifications give the client this idea that this is real, this is safe. I know that this is right. And there are too many. I was a CrossFit certified coach, for example. So I'll use as an example. Before I was CrossFit certified, though, I was ACSM certified, which took me a year to get, with adamant, like really strong knowledge of the body, really strong knowledge of fitness. Still took me a year to get that certification. CrossFit was one weekend. So people talk about how people get hurt all the time in CrossFit. Let me tell you why. Because all you have to do is give them $1,000 and take a weekend course. And then you go out and you coach. And that's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. But the certification gives people this feeling like, oh, the CrossFit coach must know what they're doing. They got certified. So when you ask if you have to come to the retreat, that part is really for the certification. And we do give you a lot in that few days. But you will learn so much in the 20 weeks that if you never come to certification, it doesn't matter. And you can always say that you still trained under me. It doesn't matter if you come to the certification or not, although you won't have a certificate. So you can't say you were certified until I've witnessed you touch, until I've witnessed you with clients. That's the only difference. Okay. I hope that answered that question, Deidre. Thank you. Great question. Thank you for asking that. Mackenzie, I see your question. Wait, Tressa, what's your order? Will the erotic embodiment practitioner be a part of the erotic touch course? No, it is not. The erotic embodiment practitioner, although you learn pretty much everything in the same course, right? So there's a lot of what you learn in level 1 that is in level 2. Erotic embodiment, though, we don't have touch, right? So there's a lot more mindfulness practices in erotic embodiment that we use, and it's really to help people facilitate groups and one-on-one or couple sessions just for that type of coaching. So non-touch based coaching that helps people explore the way that the erotic shows up in the body. Same question for level 3 and sorry, wait, hold on. They're moving. What is the format for sex doula certification, online, in person, and duration? So there are 2 options for sex doula certification. We have an intensive coming up, which is a 10-day intensive where you come to Costa Rica, you stay for 10 days, and you study and learn and practice with me here. Beautiful opportunity. Everybody should do that. But everybody can't, right? You can't just be like, hey, take the kids and leave for 10 days. So I understand, or hey, boss, I'm out. I'm about to go study sex for 10 days. A lot of people can't do that. If you can, hit me up. If you can't, no problem. You can work, it's an online, so you'll study for 1 week, and then we'll meet for a week. And the meetings are not obligatory in live, except for once a month. You have to attend 1 meeting per month live. Otherwise, you can watch everything else online digitally. And you can attend both. I recommend that because the questions that come up and exploring all of that is really helpful. There's also a lot of peer-to-peer group meeting in the sex doula work as well, so that you'll work together with each other. Um, and for level three is set up now strictly as a mentoring program. It is 10 weeks of intense work with me, 5 hours a week. You can break that up if you need to because of your lifestyle, but you have to move through the 10 weeks of the curriculum and 10 weeks of coaching with me. So we actually work individually with clients while you move through that. Online online what does the coaching the erotic internship look like and who is it open to? Thank you. The coaching the erotic internship. Well, coaching the erotic is not, so it's coaching the erotic and internship. Those are two different things. So coaching the erotic is open to anyone who's ready to explore deeper. And that basically is you come and you sit with me and another person that I work with. So it may be a therapist or a counselor or a somatic body worker, and we work with you intensely to develop you as the into your erotic self. So you do some work before you get here. You'll sit with us for a week, and then you do some work when you return on your own. The internship program is much like the sacred sex work. It's just sorry, sex coach. It's just expanded. So you'd be working one-on-one with me, creating programs that's after you've completed level 1, 2, or 3, or it's after you've already started in your sex work journey. So if you're already a sexuality professional and you want to expand into that, then you'd step in as an intern, working through after you've completed a mentoring program with me. So those are two separate things, but they're both available to you.